How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It seems the drama between Parris and Dreamcastguy just doesn't seem to end or want to end. It looks like Dreamcastguy is hell-bent on actually pissing off Parris in ways that will actually end up getting him into deep trouble and potentially affecting his livelihood. And the way he's gone about it is in such a cowardly way. There's no way he didn't think that people were going to react or reach out to Parris. But in fact, this happened in an all too other way. Parris found out live, as it would happen to be, while he was inside Alex's stream last night, or early hours of the morning if you're in the UK. And, well, what happened was pretty damn weird as well as awful. Now, if you don't know the backstory of what's going on, I have tried to look for it, but it does seem like it's been deleted by Dreamcastguy. He actually called out, made a couple of statements and did some things, and Parris called him out on it. And then Dreamcastguy decided that he was going to retaliate, and so Parris decided, right, since you're not heeding my advice, despite the fact that I've told you not to use me in your videos, and Parris has requested multiple times now for Dreamcastguy to not use him in his videos. Dreamcastguy refused to listen, so he ousted him as a bona fide grifter. What does this mean? It means that the content that he's making is basically fake news. He acts the way he does towards Xbox because his community are gullible sheep that want to follow and hear what he has to say because it's Xbox bad. And because they're so caught up in this console war that it is, they love him for the sake of it. They want to hear him trash Xbox. And because that gets him views, he's doing it to pay the bills. At least that is what he allegedly told Parris. And Parris exposed him for this after Dreamcastguy on multiple occasions did not adhere to this. So then the Dreamcastguy decided, I'm not sure which one blocked who, but basically a block occurred on X, so that was the end of this. Dreamcastguy made a follow-up video trying to clear his name, but no one really bought it outside of his cronies. Everyone kind of believed what Parris said. Parris has no reason to lie about this. Now, if we're looking at Dreamcastguy's kind of portfolio and the way he's been and his track record, he has every reason to lie. There's absolutely none for Parris. He has nothing to gain and everything to lose. Whereas in Dreamcastguy's case, it's the complete opposite. Well, yesterday in Alex's stream, I'm not going to show the actual stream because I haven't gained permission to actually do it, and I'm recording this before I'm kind of heading out to a barbecue, so I'm going to use the actual clip that is on Dreamcastguy's stream. So if we head over there, this is what happened. So we're going to play this clip so you can hear it, and this is what took place. This is despite the fact that Parris has repeatedly asked him not to use him in any of his clips and that he does not consent to him using him in his clips. He's decided to block Parris and then went about it this way by using an alternate account. He created another account just so he can come here and do this. This is sad. The fact that he had to create another account just to spy on Parris's comments. I mean, you can't make this up at this point because he is blocked. Now that I'm recalling the conversation that was happening yesterday, he is blocked. But he decided that he was going to create another account just so he could spy on Parris. You cannot make this up. But anyway, here we go.
I think it's interesting because a lot of the most dedicated Xbox people, Parris wants a job at Xbox. He's been trying to get a job at Xbox for years, and I don't blame him, secure the bag, but he's been trying to spin this in a positive sense, saying, yeah, I'm not surprised. He says this no matter whenever Xbox does something bad, he goes, I'm not surprised. The timing of the announcement shows a clear expectations of timed exclusivity going forward. He's basically saying, look, Xbox bros, it's all going to PlayStation. A lot of these people are like, hey man, a clear expectations, maybe about as clear as mud, which is exactly par for the course.
So as you can see, not only has he accused Parris of doing this deliberately to try gain favor with Microsoft, but he's actually doing this to to try and spin a narrative for $1 trillion company. But this, Parris just came out with the following, because Parris has him blocked, and this is not why I now remember it being blocked, because I read this thing. Can someone tell Dreamcast Guy to stop putting me in his videos talking about me but hides behind a block? Stop using me for your grifter outrage content. I asked Dreamcast Guy nicely in person to leave me out of his videos, and he apologized but then does it again. So I made our encounter public. So he blocks me out of shame, and now here we go again with him discussing me, and we know the next time we see each other, he will apologize again. Now that's all well and good, but the problem with this is that there are serious complications here. People are saying Broken Games HDR also keep talking about you without tagging you, but people are saying that he should give him a copyright strike. Now, this is very, very detrimental. Even Oliver is saying if he does it again, you might try copyright strike his YouTube videos. That's the only thing he cares about, because all he cares about is the numbers and the views. It's his livelihood at the end of the day. If you issue a copyright strike to someone's channel and it's legitimately upheld, that means that the advertisers, ad revenue that you get coming to your channel is decreased. And 3 strikes, legitimate strikes, and your channel is shut down. So Dreamcast Guy is essentially risking this over a bit of money, over his livelihood. Think he knows he can get away with it and gets the extra clicks with you in it. The problem is, at the moment, he's getting away with it. But if Parris decides that he wants to turn nasty, things can get bad really, really quickly for Dreamcast Guy, and he doesn't even realize it. But the reality is, if someone is telling you, do not use me in your content, you don't use it. Now, recently, I did use Parris myself in a positive light. I have reached out to him and told him that, I've used you, you are in my content, because I know how he kind of is he doesn't like being used in a negative light. And I don't, I understand that. But at the end of the day, he has requested from Dreamcast Guy publicly to his face to stop doing this. And he is not. And instead, he comes back with this.
It's interesting because a lot of the most dedicated Xbox people, Parris wants a job at Xbox. He's been trying to get a job.
That's a really, really nasty claim, right? I mean, whether Parris does want a job at Xbox or not is irrelevant. The fact is, you making that bold claim could be, it's pretty much defamation at this point.
Job at Xbox for years, and I don't blame him. Secure the bag, but he's been trying to spin this in a positive sense, saying, yeah, I'm not surprised. He says this no matter whenever Xbox does.
So he's now also putting shade on Parris's character and saying that Parris is a liar. A liar. He's saying no matter what happens with Xbox, he will spin it, he will lie about it, just to put Xbox into a positive light. I've spoken with Parris multiple times. And though we can both agree that the decisions that Microsoft are making at times is a bit baffling, from a business perspective, it makes sense. Now, from a consumer perspective, it absolutely does not make sense. And we can both agree on this. There are some things that do, some things that don't. But with the way and trajectory Xbox has gone for the past 2 generations, things have had to change, and we both agree on that. But to turn around and say my dude is looking to find a job and he is doing, he is going to lie publicly about it to put himself into Xbox's good graces to try and get a job there, that's a bold statement to make, and one that he could be liable for via defamation, and he still doesn't understand this. why is he even doing this?
Something bad, he goes, I'm not surprised. The timing of the
And just look at it, he's grinning as well, because he knows that what he's talking about is a whole load of crap. But he also is pretty sure that Parris won't do anything about it. Whereas if I was Parris, I would actually issue a copyright strike against his account. That's what I would do, because that is the only way that this idiot will actually learn. When he gets that strike and it finally affects his livelihood, at that point, he will think twice about actually going about and talking to people and saying, hey, this is actually a problem. You know, I shouldn't be talking about other people when it doesn't concern me. And if they've told me not to do it, and guess what? I'm not going to do it. But, you know, let's continue.
The announcement shows a clear expectations of timed exclusivity going forward. He's basically saying, look, Xbox Bros, it's all going to PlayStation.
That's not what he's saying at all, but you keep going down that route, Dreamcast guy. You keep going down that route. It's going to come and bite you really hard in the backside at some point. But folks, that's the video. I mean, that's the drama. This all unfolded like 2 a.m. I think it was like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. This literally was happening as I was leaving Alex's stream. I do really need to get into one of those debates with him, because I personally don't agree with him, and I do see where he's coming from a consumer standpoint, but there are other angles from a consumer standpoint that I would like to get into that debate with him. So who knows? Maybe I'll see if I can get him onto my channel, or I can reach out and jump onto his stream early one day and we can have that discussion. But with regards to Parris and Dreamcast Guy, it looks like this saga is not going to end anytime soon. But Parris is in the right here. He's requested that he doesn't. And what Dreamcast Guy did was blocked him and then went behind his back and actually created a new X account just so he could see what Parris is saying, to use him again, hoping that Parris wouldn't notice or be made aware. It's pretty disgraceful. It's pretty low-level dirtbag stuff. And Dreamcast Guy, this is really pathetic, and you really should be ashamed of yourself. Honestly, this is low even for you. When someone tells you not to use my content, and you still risk it knowing that your livelihood is behind this channel, it's telling me that you're not all there, buddy. It's telling me that you're not all there. But anyway, that's my thoughts. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion. And maybe I'll try and get Parris on the show again. It's been a while. Right, folks, that's it. Leave a comment below. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.